Westbrook's back with another video real quick. I wanted to hop on this camera and just let you know that your path is your path. Now, oftentimes we like to compare ourselves to other people, right? We see what they're doing and we're like, oh, that looks cool. And we see what they're doing and we're like, oh, that looks cool. And what happens when you start to do this is that you're not really staying true to you. You're not really following the path that was designed and ordained for you. Everybody here has a different purpose. We all have a different purpose. We all have a different path. Now, sure, it's recommended to learn from everybody. Learn from everybody what they have going on, what they did, how they did it, right? That way you can consolidate all the information, whether it's what to do or not to do, and then you can implement that into your path, into your purpose. But it's really important for you to stay true to you and to follow the path that's created for you, your calling, whatever God really called you to do on this earth. If you don't know what your purpose is, and a lot of you don't, you might not know, a lot of people don't, just start with becoming the best version of yourself. Just start by becoming the absolute best version of you, meaning you're doing everything you can do righteously, right? You're working on your mindset, you're reading, you're elevating your information and your knowledge. You're working on your fitness and your physique and your body. You're tracking your macros, you're eating clean, you're eating healthy, nutrients and minerals and vitamins that nurture your body, your temple, which is the spirit, home, the home of your spirit. This is the most important vehicle, right? Just start with those things, and every single day do the most that you can do. Every single day, max it out. Really don't waste any of your time, and realize that even though something works for somebody else, doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Or even though somebody else is doing this or that, doesn't mean that's what you need to do. Even if it looks cool, even if it looks good, even if it's profitable or lucrative, or giving them the result that you desire, just because they get the results from doing that doesn't mean that you necessarily will. Why? Because we're all here to do different things and serve in different ways. So you need to really figure out what's going to work for you and what works for you. And you need straight clarity on this. You need clarity on this. And you will not have any clarity if you're constantly consuming drugs and alcohol. If you're oversleeping and indulging in just garbage foods, you're not going to be able to process your purpose clearly. And this is what causes us to drift. This is what causes us to second guess ourselves. This is what causes us to have doubt and really not be able to stay on a straight path, because you're veering left, you're veering right, you're starting, you're stopping, you're taking back steps, rather than just gradually getting better and better and better every single day, gradually improving your skill sets, gradually improving your knowledge, gradually improving your physique, gradually improving the way you treat yourself, the way you talk to yourself, the energy you put out, your message to yourself and your message to the world. It's so important that you don't change who you are at the core to try to please others or to try to fit in, right? You really want to be as authentic as absolutely possible. Be as authentic as you can in every single moment. I just got a phone call. Hopefully I didn't interrupt the video too much. But what I was saying is you want to be as authentic as you possibly can be. When you're not being who you're meant to be, when you're not operating in a way that's congruent with your morals, your values, your perspective, your ideas, what you believe, when you're operating out of any other state, in any other state, other than that which is truly you, things won't work, people won't buy it, people won't pick up on it, it won't resonate, it won't hit as well as when you're being real and authentic, right? So that's why so many people, oh, I'm gonna try drop shipping, oh, I'm gonna try copywriting, oh, I'm gonna try coaching, oh, I'm gonna try consulting, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. The reason so many of you do that, and the reason you do that potentially, is because you see somebody else doing it and you think it's going to be a shortcut for your success, or you think because it works for them, it'll work for you. And it could, and it might, and it really will if you work on it. One of my mentors always says, everything works if you work on it, right? It's not that what like what you're doing isn't working. It's, are you working on it? Are you doing the work? Everything you do can work if you really work on it and make it work. Now you have to understand that not every single endeavor or industry or career path or business model is going to produce the same results, right? Certain industries, certain things are just capped. So if you have goals and desires to live this super, you know, abundant life, and you want, like, all the consumer capitalism, and you want all the things, well, you're going to need to, number one, do a whole lot of work. You're going to need to add value to the marketplace, and you're going to need to find a vehicle and invest in circumstances, people, and business models. You're going to need to really put yourself in a situation where that's possible, right? You will not become a multi-millionaire or any of that stuff by just flipping burgers. I mean, you can do it over hella years, but if you want something to happen quick, right, rather than like super slow, and we always talk about the timeline, so you don't want to just try to get rich quick. But the point is, like, you can make $1 million, you can make $10 million, but how fast can you do it? How efficient can you do it? Certain business models and industries will take you there faster. So figure out what your goals are, figure out what your wants are, figure out what your whys are. But don't get too far ahead of yourself, and don't get too consumed in all that, because at the end of the day, you should just be living each day, mastering each day, mastering each moment. Because if you stack a bunch of daily wins, day after day after day, those days turn into weeks, and those weeks turn into months, and those months turn into years, and all of a sudden you have a successful year, and another year, and a successful life. And it's just an upward trajectory. You're going to deal with adversity. You're going to deal with stress. You're going to have things to overcome, like problems, obstacles, and challenges. But we don't even call them problems, because a problem is something that you have to deal with, right? You have to solve. So anytime you face that adversity, just look at it as an opportunity. Look at it as a situation. Look at it as a, I hope this message finds you well. Yep, just hit my link in the description if you need any help. I got you.